What if I told you the wealthiest people you know make more money sleeping than most people make, working 40 hours a week? I know two business owners. Both work hard. First one stops working, the income stops immediately. Every dollar requires active effort. The second one went on a month-long vacation last year, came back to $47,000 in revenue he didn't actively generate. What's the difference? It's not passive income schemes. It's not side hustles. It's secret interactions, things they did once that keep generating value 24/7, whether they're awake, asleep, or on a beach somewhere with their phone turned off. Today, I'm revealing 7 secret interactions wealthy people set up that build wealth continuously. While you're sleeping, while you're on vacation, even after you're gone. These aren't get-rich-quick tricks. They're strategic interactions that compound over time. The sooner you start, the more they multiply. If you're tired of trading time for money and ready to build wealth that compounds, smash subscribe and comment Compound Wealth right now. Stick to the end because Interaction 7 is the most powerful and most people completely overlook it. Here's the first secret interaction, and when I explain it, you'll realize you've been doing this backwards your entire life. Number 1. Creating content that works forever. Here's the first secret interaction, and when I explain it, you'll realize you've been doing this backwards your entire life. Most people trade time for money in real time. You work an hour, you get paid for that hour. You stop working, money stops coming. Consultant bills 40 hours this week, gets paid for 40 hours. Next week, start over. Employee works Monday through Friday, gets paid for those days. Next month, do it all again. It's a hamster wheel. You never get off. You stop running, you stop eating. Wealthy people figured out something different. They create content that generates value forever. YouTube videos that get views 5 years after posting. Blog posts that rank on Google and drive traffic continuously. Online courses that sell on autopilot while they're sleeping. Books that generate royalties for decades. Podcast episodes that attract opportunities years later. You create it once, it works 24/7, 365, forever. Or at least until the internet dies, which honestly might happen before you do, but that's a different problem. Here's why this is powerful. Proverbs talks about work that continues producing, planting seeds today that you harvest for years. Jewish tradition emphasizes leaving an inheritance, creating value beyond your lifetime. Authors die. Their books keep generating wealth for their estates. Musicians are gone. Their songs still pay royalties. That's content working while you're literally not even alive anymore. The contrast is brutal. You're trading 40 hours this week for this week's paycheck. 1-to-1 exchange. They spent 40 hours 2 years ago creating content that's been generating value every single week since. You've been paid once for your 40 hours. They've been paid 104 times for theirs. Same initial effort, completely different ongoing results. But sure, keep trading time for money. That's working out great. I know a consultant who started a YouTube channel in 2020, posted 100 videos over 2 years while still doing client work. Fast forward to 2025, she gets 10 to 15 inbound client inquiries every single month from videos she made 3, 4, 5 years ago. I made those videos when I had free time in 2020 during lockdown, she told me. They're still bringing me $30,000 plus monthly in 2025 without me touching them. I'm literally getting paid for work I did half a decade ago. That's the magic. You're not chasing clients. Content is doing it for you. While you sleep, while you vacation, while you're working on other things. Here's the key most people miss. The most valuable content isn't viral. It's evergreen. It solves problems people will have forever. How to fix this specific problem beats my hot take on today's news every single time for long-term value. Create one piece of valuable content this week that will still be relevant in 5 years. Plant that seed, let it compound. But creating content is just the beginning. What I'm about to reveal next is an interaction so powerful, it literally lets you make money while you're on a beach in Thailand with your phone turned off. and it's how actual millionaires structure their entire lives. Number 2. Building systems that run without you. Here's where it gets really interesting. Most business owners don't own businesses. They have jobs with extra steps and more stress. You know the type. Can't take a vacation because the business will fall apart without me. Working 70-hour weeks, answering client emails at 11 p.m., making every decision personally. Stop working for a week and revenue drops to zero. They're not business owners. They're self-employed with delusions of entrepreneurship. Wealthy people build something completely different. They build systems and teams that operate without them. Standard operating procedures for everything. Hire people smarter than them in specific domains. Automate every repetitive task. Create decision frameworks others can follow without asking permission. Build a machine that runs whether they're there or not. McDonald's is the perfect example. Ray Kroc didn't build a restaurant. He built a system. Any 16-year-old can follow the procedures and make a Big Mac exactly the same way in Tokyo, Texas, or Tanzania. That's not cooking. That's systems. And systems scale. Cooking doesn't. Proverbs says plans fail without counsel, but with many advisors they succeed. Jewish tradition emphasizes building structures that outlast you. The biblical principle is clear. Disciples continue the work after the teacher is gone. Your business should function the same way. Here's the humor that exposes this. I can't take a vacation. My business will fall apart. Translation: your business is you wearing different hats. You're not a business owner. You're an overworked employee who can't even quit. Them takes a 3-month sabbatical, completely offline. Business grows 15% during their absence. Why? Because their business is a machine they built that doesn't need them anymore. I know an entrepreneur who spent 3 years building systems, hiring great people, documenting everything, and training his team to make decisions without him. In year 4, he took a 6-week vacation, completely offline, phone off, email off. Came back to the business having its best month ever. They didn't need me, he said. That's when I knew I'd actually built something valuable. A business that works without me isn't just a business, it's an asset. Here's what most people miss. Systems improve over time through team feedback. They get better without your direct input. You build it once, it compounds in effectiveness forever. That's the interaction. The shift is simple but hard. Most people build themselves a demanding job and call it a business. Wealthy people build a machine that operates independently and call it freedom. Start this week. Document one process. Write the step-by-step. Train someone else to do it without you. That's the beginning of a system that works while you sleep. And speaking of things that work without you, this next interaction is how wealthy people turn their relationships into wealth-generating assets that pay dividends for decades. Number 3. Strategic introductions that keep paying. Here's an interaction most people completely underestimate, making one strategic introduction that generates value for years. Most people think networking value ends after the initial handshake. Meet someone at an event, exchange business cards, maybe connect on LinkedIn, ask for something once, and the relationship is over. Transactional. One time, dead end, no compounding value whatsoever. Wealthy people play an entirely different game. They make strategic introductions between people who should know each other. Connect person A, who has a problem, to person B, who solves that exact problem. Both people create massive value together. Both remember you facilitated that valuable relationship. And here's where the magic happens. They introduce you to their networks. Network effects compound exponentially. Proverbs nailed this centuries ago. A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. Jewish tradition teaches that making peace between people compounds blessings. Malcolm Gladwell calls these people connectors. They create exponential value by connecting others. Biblical principle: sowing seeds of connection reaps an ongoing harvest. Here's the brutal math. You made 200 connections at conferences over 3 years. Helped nobody. Connected nobody. Wondering why your phone never rings with opportunities. Your network is a graveyard of dead contacts. Meanwhile, they made 20 strategic introductions 3 years ago. Still getting thank you calls, still receiving opportunities, still benefiting from relationships they facilitated years ago. Their network is a living ecosystem generating continuous value. I know a guy who made an introduction in 2019 between a developer friend and an investor friend. 30-minute coffee introduction. They hit it off, built a company together. Fast forward to 2025, both of them send him every deal first. Both introduced him to dozens of high-value people in their networks. Both bring him into advisory roles. I spent 30 minutes facilitating one coffee meeting, he said. That introduction has generated literally hundreds of opportunities over 5 years. Still paying dividends, will probably pay for decades. Here's how it compounds. Each introduction creates 2 grateful people. Those 2 people introduce you to their networks. Make 10 strategic introductions, and you have indirect access to 10 entire networks, potentially thousands of people. You didn't meet those thousands directly, but you have trusted pathways to them through people you helped. The key is not keeping score. Make introductions generously. Don't track who owes you what. Just connect people who should know each other. Trust that it compounds over time, because it does. This week, make 1 strategic introduction. Think of 2 people in your network who should know each other. Connect them with a warm introduction explaining specifically why they should talk. Then step back. That interaction will work for you while you sleep. Wait, there's something you need to pay attention to if you don't want to miss this. Because the next interaction is literally how wealthy people get paid over and over again for problems they solve just one single time. Number 4. Solving problems that keep getting resolved. Here's where most people leave massive amounts of money on the table, and it's honestly painful to watch. Most people solve problems one-on-one and get paid once. Consultant solves a client's marketing problem, gets paid, and starts over with the next client. Solve the same problem for 100 different clients. You've worked 100 times and been paid 100 times. Linear. Exhausting. Can't scale beyond your personal capacity. You're trading time for money at a higher rate, but you're still trading. Wealthy people solve a problem once, package the solution, and sell it infinitely. They create a template, a framework, a system. Turn their custom solution into a productized service. Build software that solves the problem automatically. Write a course teaching their methodology. Package it once, sell it forever. Proverbs says the wise store up knowledge, capture solutions for reuse. Jewish tradition teaches methods that can be passed down infinitely, not just applied once. Historical inventors understood this. Patent once, get paid for decades. Biblical principle of multiplication. The parable of talents says money must multiply, not just exchange hands once. Here's the contrast that should wake you up. You solve the same problem 100 times for 100 different clients. Worked 100 times, paid 100 times. That's it. They solved that problem once, turned it into a course or template, sold 1,000 times over 3 years. Worked once, paid 1,000 times. You're working harder, making less. Math really isn't your strong suit, is it? I know a consultant who kept solving the same marketing problem for clients. Same framework every time, same process, same result. Finally had the obvious realization, why am I doing this custom every time? Created a detailed template and framework. Packaged it as a $2,000 online course. Sold 500 copies over 3 years. That's $1 million in revenue. I solved that problem in 2018 for one client who paid me $5,000, she said. I packaged that solution and it's paid me $1 million since then. I did the actual problem-solving work once. That's leverage. Digital products, courses, templates, tools, books. Write once, royalties forever. Software, build once, subscription revenue forever. Licensing, let others use your solution for a fee. Franchising, others run your system, you collect royalties. All forms of the same principle. Solve once, sell infinitely. Here's what to do. What problem do you solve repeatedly for people? That's your leverage opportunity. Stop doing it custom every single time. Package that solution, Turn it into something others can buy and implement without your direct involvement. Document one solution you've created this week. Turn it into a template, a checklist, a framework. That's the beginning of leverage that works while you sleep. But that's just the surface. What's behind it is what will startle people, because this next interaction turns your reputation into a 24/7 magnet that pulls opportunities toward you without you lifting a finger. Number 5, building a reputation that attracts opportunities. Here's the shift that changes everything. Stop chasing opportunities. Build a reputation that makes opportunities chase you. Most people are exhausting themselves actively hunting. Cold emails, networking events, sales calls, LinkedIn messages to strangers, always pitching, always selling, always chasing. It's draining, low conversion rate, and the second you stop chasing, opportunities stop coming. You're on a treadmill that never ends. Wealthy people built something completely different. They built authority and reputation so strong that opportunities come to them. They consistently share valuable insights publicly. They become known for specific expertise. Media appearances, speaking engagements, published articles. Social proof compounds over time. They're positioned as the expert people seek out when they have that specific problem. Proverbs says, "A good name is more desirable than great riches." Jewish tradition teaches that building a reputation of wisdom attracts students naturally. Historical thought leaders attracted opportunities through their ideas, not hustle. Biblical principle: let your light shine. Visibility attracts naturally. You don't force it. Here's why this works while you sleep. Your reputation is working 24/7, attracting opportunities. Someone has a problem at 3 a.m., Googles it, finds your content, and saves your contact. You're sleeping. Opportunity is forming. They will reach out next week. Inbound lead, warmer, higher quality, easier to close. Premium pricing because authority commands higher fees. This happens continuously whether you're online or offline. Your reputation is a magnet that never turns off. The contrast is painful. You're sending 100 cold emails every week begging for opportunities. 2% response rate, soul-crushing rejection. They posted valuable content consistently for 2 years. Now getting 20 inbound inquiries monthly. You're chasing, they're attracting, you're exhausted, they're selective. Big difference. I know a lawyer who spent 3 years writing detailed LinkedIn posts about one niche legal topic, helping people for free, building authority, demonstrating expertise. Fast forward to now, she gets 5 to 10 inbound clients monthly from Fortune 500 companies. "I haven't done cold outreach in 2 years," she said. "My content works for me 24/7. While I'm in court, someone's reading my post from 2022 and deciding to hire me. That's compound reputation." Here's how reputation compounds. Each piece of content adds to your authority. In year 1, few people see it. Year 2, more traction. Year 3, exponential. Every post reaches thousands automatically. Opportunities flood in because you're now known. The shift from "I need to convince people I'm good" to "people seek me out because they already know I'm good." From push to pull. From chasing to attracting. Share one valuable insight in your domain every week. Be consistent for 12 months. Don't expect immediate results. Trust the compound effect. Your reputation will work while you sleep. You think you've understood everything? There's a detail that few people notice, but it's extremely important, because this next interaction is how the truly wealthy build generational wealth that outlasts them. Number 6, creating assets that appreciate. Here's the interaction that separates people who work forever from people who build actual wealth. Buying things that grow in value while you sleep. Most people buy things that lose value the second they purchase them. New car loses 20% driving off the lot. Clothes, electronics, consumables. Every purchase is an expense, never an investment. Money goes out, value disappears. They're spending their way to poverty and calling it treating themselves. Wealthy people buy assets that appreciate over time without any additional effort. Real estate that appreciates while generating rental income. Dividend stocks that grow in value while paying quarterly dividends. Businesses that increase in value while generating profit. collectibles that appreciate, art, watches, wine, intellectual property, patents, copyrights that generate royalties. These assets work 24/7, growing in value whether they're paying attention or not. Proverbs says the wise have wealth and luxury, but fools spend whatever they get. Jewish tradition emphasizes building generational wealth through appreciating assets. Biblical parable of talents, money must grow, not sit idle. Historically wealthy understood this: land, businesses, assets that compound over decades. Here's the math that should make you angry. You bought a $40,000 car on a loan. 3 years later, it's worth $20,000. You're still making payments. You lost $20,000 plus interest. They bought $40,000 in dividend stocks. 3 years later, worth $55,000. Paid them $4,000 in dividends. They made $19,000 while you lost $20,000. But hey, your car looked cool in the parking lot for 6 months before the new model came out. I know a woman who bought a rental property in 2015 for $200,000. Put $40,000 down. 10 years later, in 2025, the property is worth $350,000. Generated $60,000 in rental profits over that decade after expenses. Total gain, $150,000 appreciation plus $60,000 income equals $210,000 profit on $40,000 invested. I sleep. The house makes money, she said. Tenants pay the mortgage. Property appreciates. I literally do nothing and wealth builds. That's the entire strategy. The magic here. These assets appreciate whether you're doing anything else. Sleeping, working, vacationing, living your life. Time is your ally. Every year that passes, assets are worth more. That's compound growth working for you instead of against you. Types that work while you sleep. Real estate where tenants pay your mortgage plus appreciation. Dividend stocks that compound quarterly automatically. Index funds capture market growth with reinvested dividends. Businesses where teams run operations while value grows. Stop buying liabilities, things that lose value. Start buying assets, things that gain value. This month, take the money you'd waste on something that depreciates and buy something that appreciates instead. Every dollar you own has one job: make more dollars while you sleep. If it's not doing that, you're using money wrong. Now, and it's in the next section that many people make mistakes without even knowing it, because this final interaction is the most powerful and the most overlooked way to build wealth that multiplies beyond anything you could create alone. Number 7. Teaching others your knowledge. Here's the final interaction, and it's the most powerful and most overlooked. Teaching others everything you know. Most people hoard knowledge like dragons guarding gold, terrified of competition. If I teach my secrets, they'll compete with me and take my opportunities. So they keep everything proprietary, guard their methods, never share, and their knowledge dies with them, generating zero additional value beyond what they personally produce. Wealthy people do the exact opposite. They teach freely, mentor young professionals, create courses, write books, share frameworks, give away their secrets to anyone who asks, and somehow, mysteriously to people who don't understand this, they get richer, not poorer. Here's why this interaction is pure magic. When you teach, students become colleagues, clients, partners, and advocates. Teaching solidifies your own expertise. You understand concepts more deeply when you have to explain them. Students solve problems you'd never reach personally, extending your impact. They create network effects by recommending you to everyone. You build a reputation as a generous expert. Some students become wildly successful and remember who taught them. They open doors you couldn't open yourself. Proverbs says, "Whoever teaches will be enriched." Jewish tradition places teaching as the highest form of learning and giving. The biblical principle is clear. Give, and it will be given to you. Historically, great teachers understood this. Their students carried their work forward, amplifying impact far beyond what one person could achieve. Here's the brutal contrast. You're hoarding your knowledge like a dragon sitting on treasure in a cave. Nobody knows what you know. No opportunities come because nobody knows you exist. You're protecting secrets nobody wants. They're teaching everything freely to thousands of people. Students everywhere are spreading their ideas. Opportunities are flooding in from directions they never expected. You're rich in knowledge, poor in everything else. They're rich in impact, money, and legacy. I know a developer who taught coding for free on YouTube for 5 years. Over 100,000 students learned from his videos. Dozens became successful developers themselves. Now those successful former students send him every freelance project they can't take, recommend him for speaking gigs at conferences, opened doors at major tech companies, invested in his products. I gave away everything I knew for free, he said. It came back 100 times over in opportunities I never could have predicted or created myself. Here's how it compounds. Each student you teach can teach others. Your ideas multiply exponentially. Some students will surpass you in success and lift you up with them. Your impact scales infinitely beyond your personal capacity. The paradox is simple. Hoarding knowledge limits you to your personal capacity. Sharing knowledge creates unlimited scaling through others. Teach one thing you know well to one person this week. For free, no strings attached. Watch the compound effect over the years. Which interaction are you setting up first? Comment the number 17, because what I'm about to tell you is something most people regret their entire lives, not understanding sooner. Remember the 2 business owners? One stops working, income stops. The other vacation for a month makes $47,000. Same effort, different interactions, different results. 7 secret interactions. Content that works forever. Systems that run without you. Introductions that keep paying. Solutions you resell infinitely. Reputation that attracts opportunities. Assets that appreciate while you sleep. Teaching that multiplies through others. Here's the truth. Broke people trade time for money. Stopping working equals being broke. Wealthy people create interactions that compound. Stopping work equals getting richer. One is linear, the other is exponential. Set up these 7 interactions over 5 years. Years 1 and 2, hard work with little payoff. Years 3 and 4, the compound effect begins. Year 5 and beyond, wealth builds while you sleep. This week, start 1 interaction. Create 1 piece of evergreen content. Make 1 strategic introduction. Document 1 system. Just start. Which interaction are you setting up first? Comment 17. Hit subscribe because next week I'm revealing the exact content types that generate wealth for decades. You can trade time for money until you die, or create interactions that build wealth forever. Broke people work for money. Wealthy people make money work for them, even while sleeping.